Yo, it's that Native J, and we're back after our extra long episode. So now we've established quite a bit of stuff. So this next set of episodes is probably going to be moving into how we are going to get some humans cured, right? So hopefully by episode 30, we could have all of our human setup going, and maybe even by episode 30, I'm hoping um, maybe even before, we can start sending humans, cured humans, away back to Moose Lab where they can live their life permanently in harmony as a cured human being. So that's ultimately the goal, right? That's what we want to do. So I got to kind of think back where I was doing and where we're at because it's a new day. I know we considered, um, right, the lab being something big, and we also talked about either expanding this room or even building a whole nother one, right? So they can choose either side to go to. Um, this room is still pretty useful, um, but once I get more of these in here, I kind of want to force them to have to go up here. So we're going to continue working on our bedroom because that was kind of like our big exit, I guess we could say. And then I'm just going to kind of come in here to our stats because I see we're out of fertilizer completely, which is fine because we have so many carrots, and it's still making more carrots, right? They're just using the fertilizer obviously faster or as fast as we're getting it. It also looks like chemicals are not keeping up with the rest of the base. So our science room looks like it's full as an aspect of how much I actually wanted to use for just fertilizer space. I could probably put a couple in here, right, for now until we get the new building built. So um, it's starting to become one of those things where it's like, okay, it might be worth our attention a little more because if we have been putting it off and doing other stuff. I do not want that there. Um, and I'm just gonna go with the whole floor. We're gonna spend all electronics, just upping our production as much as we can. I'm almost tempted to build another one, but we have so many. I think those will ultimately be all we need. Six is a good amount. Who knows though? I'm a madman. I truly am a madman. So let's see where we're at. We got this attack coming in, so let's close this and just worry about that attack for now. We're gonna have two free nights though, so I'm probably just gonna do mostly production and getting this area leveled up the rest of the way isn't a half bad idea. And then start investing electronics into here once we kind of get what we want going on stat wise. If I get these done and I start getting some decent amount of fertilizer and I build like another chemical extractor, I think that'll be good. So let's kind of chill and watch this now. I don't think it's a good idea that the guard runs out there, But I guess guards are invincible. Um, he's just out there helping free stuff. So I thought they were like unhittable as long as they're interacting with the zombie, but I didn't know they were like. It looks like he's completely just invincible, 100%. So that's cool. So with enough guards, I could just like if I had 82 guards, everyone would just be stuck, getting frozen, anyways. Oh look, they made it through a layer. They just like immediately were uninterested. They're like, oh, there's another wall back there. Oh no, no. Let's go see what everyone else is doing. So we're gonna lose that gate too, but that's fine. We'll lose it. No one will be out there, and then they won't go out there. He's coming back. Dee dee dee. And I think we're putting out plenty of freeze now to be able to always handle whatever they got coming from us, and we're free to kind of grow a little bit now, get our stats under control, and then keep growing. So I'm gonna come over here, and we're gonna keep clicking up. I don't want to fully set it on auto because I'm kind of a scaredy cat. I don't want it to get ahead of us, but we should be doing pretty good now that we have all this, um, whatchamacallit, all this production going. Our metal's like going pretty good, so we could probably cook more ore to like get a couple more of those. So far so good. I thought they'd be frozen by now. A lot of these aren't running. Maybe that's our problem here, huh? Because I let everyone on 100% happiness. Is that what it is? Maybe we should like reduce it a little bit, huh? Maybe that was a bit dramatic. Like let's come in here and go none of these types. Let's just look at frozen types. So if you're on a frozen contraption, you only get 50% happiness. You guys get out there and work right now. Oh no, wait. Main storage, they can chill. I think we're all right with all these people. As long as needs are regularly met. Or you know what? Even reducing main storage a little bit probably wouldn't hurt. That way they'll put in that little extra effort, but they're still green all the time. We'll let these guys get. Um, we should probably do 72 because they stand on it 24/7. I feel kind of bad. I feel bad for the little AI, almost human zombies. Like, congratulations, you're almost cured. So you're pretty much just gonna stand here until, yeah, just whenever, until we decide to turn you back into a human completely. Um, guard armories, probably the same thing. Let's just do 70s all across. They'll work harder than they are now, but yeah. I'm hearing the little guys yell in the background a little bit, so I might have to. I don't know if they're playing or what's going on, but it sounds like mom's already talking to them, so I don't know. Maybe they're looking for something, huh? In that case, maybe I should go help, huh? We'll see. So, this is one of those tedious things that drives me insane. So, yeah, I hope you're very entertained watching me deal with sliders. I don't even know why I still have that on too. So they should come out here and start grabbing people. I don't really want the builders to do anything until we're done repairing at least. We do have 2 free nights, but let's repair just to get out of the way. 'Cause I will forget. I'm gonna open all doors too so zombies don't get stuck, I guess you could say. And since I have 2 free nights where I won't be getting zombies, but I do want to up how many zombies I have, it'd probably be smart to come slap in some of these too real quick. right? So I'm kind of worried that um, I don't know if this is the last level or if we can get a level 4 one, but I'm kind of worried that we need the level 4 ones because we're at that tier now. So I'm gonna look real quick. Actually, let's pause it and see. I'm pretty sure there's a higher tier one. So it's not super expensive, and we can get the new air conditioner. So I'm actually gonna completely reverse what we just said. What are we thinking, right? Then we don't have to worry about whether or not we can keep frozen. We can use the highest level ones, and then we can also use air conditioners if they aren't sufficient yet. Because the zombies might be that powerful, or eventually be that powerful, where you do have to have a setup like that. I'm actually going to take this one away too. Let's see if we can get a hold of it here. Oh, I did have a hold of it. Okay, it just wasn't highlighted. Oh, I'm going crazy, people. I'm going crazy. Crazy, crazy for you. So, let me see. I'll probably do something like that just to make sure the whole building's powered up. And we can always put air conditioners and stuff, like I said. That's a decent amount to start with, and they're 10 electronics or something a piece. I think is what it said. I don't know. Who cares? And then I'm thinking some guard stations. Even 5, right? Let's just go crazy. It looks like scientists are kind of sitting around doing not much. I don't know if they have full empty jobs though. See, like some of these guys could be working in the lab 24/7. Another thing I can do is level 3 Humvees are actually pretty good at doing science too. I think they actually get a boost, I think, doing science. So we could start changing these guys for level 3 Humvees. So let's just start going crazy and trying to get as many people up, tiered up, and get as many zombies in the base. That's like literally our goal right now. If we could get a bunch of these guys frozen too, that would be helpful. So something that you could do is you can come out here, and now that I have the highest level of air conditioner, right, these guys will stay frozen where they're at. And all I have to do, right, and I sometimes think they might be better than traps. Um, Traps do quite a bit of damage, but these guys, they're small, and you can build a lot of them, and they do AoE. So if I just kind of come in here and slap a couple down alongside the roads and all these empty spaces, right? Maybe an extra one there, a couple right there. And I can move them because they're kind of expensive for right now, but I can always move them around and stuff. My woman was telling me my food was done. So this episode might end up being kind of short, if you know what I'm saying. So, um, we do want to prioritize that stuff, right? So that we can start putting damage on them. It may not fully keep them frozen, but it'll buy us a little more time, right? That's the hopes here. And then I'll probably move the air conditioners over here. Yeah. But now the haulers are welcome to come and grab these guys, right? And that's kind of what we were aiming for, really. Um, this is actually a pretty nice place for a building, just because these buildings are right here already. I kind of want to make sure I build it up from here, so this can also be a road. And then I could always do something right here, like just power or decor, who cares. So this building right here could be decently long and large, and I think it would work great for a new science room, right? So that's probably where we're going with this, and it's not too far from the freezing chamber. And if we put more hauling stations in, none of that really matters anyways, because you'll have one dude grabbing each item or dealing with each station. As long as you have a significant number of haulers, you'll be all right. So we're gonna go ahead and start freeing up scientists immediately. I also believe it'll help us bring in more of them faster. So let's check this out. I believe these guys are better at science than the average human. Yep. Because I remember reading somewhere it says like when you cure these guys, spoiler alert, when you cure these guys, they lose their knowledge about being a zombie, like their science knowledge. So the reason because they're more in tune with how the zombie works, they're able to do better. They also do 150% production. So essentially, like if I have producer buildings still being worked by level 2 Humvees, they might as well just be level 3 Humvees. So like if you still had them on smelters, right? And essentially like how I was saying, this doesn't have a boost because there's not a operator. If I just have like a regular level 2 and then I have operators with 150% boost, they could potentially produce more than automated buildings do. Um, and then you'll become less power reliant. But because I have the settings turned down so much as well, it allows me to be able to cheat, is how I look at it. It's not really cheating, I guess, right? Because that's just how easier mode works. But um, it definitely allows you to cure humans much easier, and you used cured humans for a specific reason. I will reveal one day. If you played the game, you already know. But if you don't, you'll see what we use all of our cured humans for. And it'll be a beautiful thing. So now let's go into freezing. And I want to start thinking about how we get our front area to just freeze faster. And 700 damage looks better than 300 damage. So that's where we're going with it. Um, I'm of course going to start with the front ones. So being 35 apiece, that's 350 at 10. If my, so yeah. Uh, so I think I'm gonna do a couple more here, and then by the next wave, I want to be able to do this row too, just to be sure, and maybe start considering upgrading the walls. Oh, these guys are suffering. They need to be able to get out. Okay, I better click on these and make sure it's people just complaining like that and not actually being stuck. Like those guys can fulfill their needs. These guys really cannot fulfill their needs. I don't know why he's or Evelyn. Evelyn, what are you doing? Okay, that was slick. That was slick. Made that work out, huh? So if I upgrade this area too, I feel like it'll help them not want to hit these walls as much. So I'm just gonna upgrade this area. Whoa, can they reach that? Why is he saying he can't reach it? Yeah, we're just gonna fully delete it, upgrade, and then build it back. We might as well, since we're doing that and we have the time, let's hit this next layer too. And then we'll hit these two layers from this side by doing the same thing. Just start getting out of the way, because once it's fully upgraded, the only thing we'll ever do is repair them anyways. So I'm not tripping. I don't think it would hurt too to like pop a gate back here, but like if I popped a gate in here, right, I might be able to, oh, I gotta build a gate. But if I built a gate right here, that might, because they have to go 2 layers just to get to the first layer, so they're still going to be encouraged to go to that, right? I don't know if they'll want to break through this and run down that lane, but we're gonna give it a try and just see how they react. And I'll make this one first, and then I'll do this one and see if they change their attitude at all. And this one's only 3 layers, so I'm not as concerned. But if I have this in here, look, I could do those walls, this wall, and that wall without having to do really anything different. I don't have to break walls like that. Oh, I do for this spot though, because this is, you can never reach this. Kind of like this without getting in here somehow. So I don't want to delete all that just to get in there. Oh, but we do have plenty of time, so maybe it's not a bad idea. Yeah, so let's delete this wall so we can get in here and do these 2 walls. And we'll do the same thing we were going to do on the other side. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this wall now. And our air conditioner idea worked out great. Now they have to wait. Let's see if we're keeping them frozen here too. Okay, so let's see. Every 5 seconds or so, they're doing 2,000 damage, which it looks like they're hitting about maybe 1,000 in that amount of time or something. Not even. Yeah, right when they hit 1,000, it looks like they get shot down. So those are sufficient for now. And this is only doing 650 damage each, so that seems to be sufficient for the ones that are getting hit. So that'll definitely, will definitely be good. I don't have to worry about like zombies getting crazy in the base just yet, which is good. Um, that attack's super weak. I think we'll do fine. I think the other one was hitting way harder. I'm not sure. For some reason, I feel like we're already in the 80s, but maybe I'm wrong. So I'm just going to put these in here, probably along the power poles, but make sure everyone gets included. Get these out of here. Hopefully we weren't relying on them. Nah, we're good. I think the reason they wait is they wait till they have a certain amount of damage. Or maybe these are all on ticks. Oh, it has a 3 second cooldown, so maybe it's just hitting it every 3 seconds as much as it can. That's what I would assume it's doing if it's on a cooldown system. If something's within its range, it triggers it automatically as long as it doesn't have a cooldown. So let's do this one, since I have the attention span of the goat. I know I said I was going to do the other side first, but let's do this side. And build this wall piece in. Because I think there can be a piece built right there, right? Yeah. I think we could build a whole wall in there we don't know about. And then I'm going to do this like next. Oh. Oh, no, no, no. So that's something I should probably do when I'm done is check it like this. And make sure like all the lanes look separate and I can see like the red lines in between everything. Yeah. So as I'm coming towards the end of the episode, because that food's calling my name, and I hear it calling, it's going, that native J, come eat me. I'm delicious. Um, let's throw these guys in here till we get some more. And let's make sure they're making more. No slacking. And I don't want to leave them on auto, because then it might get ahead of me a little bit. But for now, I am kind of going a little wild. Looks like we're at 240 pop. I honestly haven't really been paying attention to population until we get close to like another cool number, right? 100 was cool. 200 was alright. 300 would be cool too, I guess. But we'll see how far we can get and pop. Nighttime power does look a little hungry. But I have so much battery storage, I don't think it matters. Yeah, negative minus 500 out of 5 million. I think we're alright. So let's take a look at the stats. They're just upgrading. So our fertilizer is somewhat doing a positive incline. So hopefully that'll stay. We are still kind of lacking on chemicals, but we're only losing 200 a day. Um, you can't always trust that first number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and build another chemical production machine. Because why not? We're rich! You know, out here isn't a bad idea, right? We decided long ago we were going to build stuff out here for production purposes. And honestly, it's along like the main highway. Everyone is walking constantly anyways. Let's move this bad boy and build him some friends maybe later. Ooh, these beds are doing great along with these beds. Look, these aren't even being touched almost. This building could probably come down. Yeah. Ooh, so they couldn't get to that one? Okay. You know what? I think we're just going to take the L on this, guys. It just doesn't need to be upgraded. That looks cool. Whatever. If it doesn't want to be upgraded, why fight it? Maybe later, if like the zombies get crazy and bust down some of the walls, then we'll be like, alright, fine. I'll upgrade that one little piece I forgot. Do you have OCD? I hope not. If you have OCD and you're watching this, I'm giving you a warning. It may be there for many episodes to come. Maybe skip ahead. Skip ahead to another landmark. I'll make sure I put it in a thumbnail. OCD patch. Speaking of OCD, got these guys floating over here. I am gonna open the door, those. The doors, though, just in case. And yeah, I'm getting kind of bored. I want to go eat that food. Um, we got some upgrades done. The next episode's probably going to be the same thing. We're just upgrading stuff, kind of trying to stock up. We're probably going to upgrade, like, the rest of our defense area and, like, just more walls and, yeah, intake more people. It's kind of like a little city we're trying to get going. Once the city is extremely profitable, the idea is that's when you want to start taking in more people. So when I can get all my trends like shooting positive as high as I can get them, I guess you could say, then I'll come back and be like, okay, it's time for more people. And even having like a little, you know, like this is like 25K, right? And we are still just using these ones. So, rebuilding another one that's bigger, that produces even more, everything. Just we're going to be slowly upgrading. I don't even have calming stations. So, I can maybe get stuff like that going around the base. I don't have any ice beam towers. I don't think these shoot super far, but just putting a bunch like around here, even. So if the zombies ever get that far, at least they'll shoot over the shoulder in the last hold. Anything, who knows? Maybe put some ice beam towers in here just so they hit real hard at everything as it's first coming in, just to spice it up. Um, Different ideas like that, right? So tune back in, and we're just gonna keep growing. I'm mainly gonna concentrate on defenses in the next episode. Like I said, we need to get these upgrades done so that we can act tough behind the walls. All right, thanks for watching, and yeah, check me out.